Welcome back to Lafayette Lifestyle. We have the CEO of One Acadiana, Troy Wayman. Troy, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Hey,
Really
Robbie,
appreciate
glad to do it. Glad to be here.
So tell us the story of One Acadiana, where you guys came from, and tell us all about it.
Sure. Well, we were formerly the Greater Lafayette Chamber of Commerce, and 6 years ago, a group of visionary leaders in the community decided that we needed representation on a regional basis for economic development. We have a lot of great, really strong local economic developers throughout the region, but we were really the only region in the state that wasn't represented by a regional economic development entity. So hence, One Acadiana was born. Now, we still serve the role as the Greater Lafayette Chamber of Commerce, but we also serve the role as a 9-parish economic development organization that leads economic development projects through a number of ways. We do a lot of governmental advocacy. We're constantly working in the legislature to try to make sure that our business environment is as friendly as possible, because we want to attract more businesses to our region. We want to create more jobs. We want to preserve the jobs that are here. And that's really kind of the basis of everything that we do, is the creation and preservation of jobs. We also do a lot of work in workforce development and education. We're working on a program right now called 55 by 25 that we implemented 2 years ago. And it's a great program to make sure that we get our educational attainment across the region of working age adults to 55% by 2025. Now, that's a pretty big hill to climb, because I'm talking about either having a 2-year, a 4-year, or some type of credible certification that gets you a job. Right now, we're at about 38%. If we did nothing based on the trajectory that we've been going on, we would be at about 42% by 2025. So we've got about a 13% delta to make up. So we're working really hard to close that gap because that's one of the things that's going to help us be successful. Education is the key to success and the key to getting a good job. So that's where we're at in workforce development and education. We're also working on a program right now called Lincoln Learn with a number of the foundations in town. I can't tell you a whole lot about it right now because it's still in the works, but it's going to be something that's going to be a game changer for, I think, for Lafayette Parish if the pilot goes well. And if the pilot goes well here in Lafayette Parish, we want to be able to make it scalable and use it in all the 8 other parishes in Acadiana to help provide broadband access for students, because if there's one thing this COVID-19 crisis has laid bare is the lack of access to the internet that a lot of folks have, and it's kept kids from learning, it's kept adults from working, and it's something that it's a critical issue that we need to fix.
Awesome. So you mentioned too, getting everybody jobs. What about starting up new businesses? You guys have some access to be able to help folks that they've had a lot of time to think.
Right.
Now let's put some plans into action.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about Acadiana as a whole is, the entrepreneurial spirit here is phenomenal. And, for a region that has faced the adversity that we've faced over the years, between hurricanes and between the flooding in 2016, the oil fields, the oil prices going up and down, fluctuating the way they have, and most recently, we got the 1-2 punch. We got the oil price problem, and then we got COVID-19, and it could have been devastating to our economy. But the resilience of the people within Acadiana has been phenomenal. We've had to pivot the way we do business and the way we provide value to our members and investors and partners across the region. We've conducted a webinar series. We just finished our 13th one today, which was a legislative recap where we had 5 of our legislators from the region that talked about the legislation that passed. And we had some great victories in the legislature. Tort reform, something huge for Acadiana and truthfully huge for the state. Because as everybody knows, we have a very litigious environment in the state.
That we do.
One of the things that shocked me when I moved into the state was my insurance. Car insurance.
Probably tripled.
It doubled. It doubled. I remember questioning my agent. It's like, are you sure this is the same policy I had in Alabama? So those things are caused by the litigious environment that we live in. So some of the tort reform packages that were passed, critical to this state, critical to our success in economic development. We also got some legislation passed. Representative Julie Emerson passed a bill that we referred to it as Free the Transcripts, which is going to be removing some of those barriers to getting people to complete their degrees or certifications. Where basically, right now, if you owe anything, parking ticket, $30 parking ticket, your transcripts are held hostage by law, by the colleges and universities here. Well, we wanted to remove that barrier. They still have every right and every legal means to collect that debt, and we're not advocating for anyone shirking personal responsibility. If you owe the money, you owe the money. But holding someone's transcripts hostage, if you owe $1,000 and they won't let you have your transcripts so you can re-enroll in school, they won't let you re-enroll if you owe that money. Well, how can I complete my degree to get a job to pay the money that I owe? So we wanted to make sure that barrier is removed, help us get to that 55 by 25 on educational attainment. And we're very proud of Representative Julie Emerson and the work that she did to get that bill passed in the legislature this year. So we're following that. The pieces for new businesses and entrepreneurial businesses, we work very closely. So far during this COVID-19 crisis, we've worked with over 120 small businesses. About 40 of those have been minority-owned businesses because they're looking for ways to pivot, ways to stay in business, ways to bridge the gap until we can get our economy reopened. And that's the critical piece that we see right now, is getting the economy open, keeping it open. We cannot go back.
What would be you mentioned helping bridge the gap. What would be some of those recommendations that you would offer out to a small business owner that's looking out?
Yeah. One of the things is getting comfortable and learning how to do business digitally. If you look at the way a lot of companies have pivoted and not only started restaurants, for example, starting curbside pickup and delivery, but hey, how do we get our menus online so that people can order online? How do we do business digitally so we don't have to do it in person? How do we take orders digitally for our products and services? So we've worked with companies to help them get through that. We've also worked with companies to help them access some of the government aid that's been available through the CARES Act because some folks just didn't know how to do that. One of the things that we found is there was so much information, just a deluge of information hitting people during all this. How do you wade through it? I mean, how do you determine what's right and what's wrong? Also, it changes daily. So we've been working very diligently to aggregate that data, vet that data, and present it on our COVID-19.
Bite-sized.
Absolutely.
Bite-sized morsels to be able to jump in.
Right. So how do you take the CARES Act, which was 900 pages, and distill it to a page so that somebody who's not a legal scholar can actually make sense of it? And so we've worked very hard to do that and provide those services to businesses across the region.
So if somebody watching were going to come and look, where would they go to contact you?
Our website is oneacadiana.org. There's a lot of resources there. You can find my direct number on there, my email, our entire staff's emails are on there and phone numbers are on there. Our COVID-19 resource page is linked directly from our homepage at oneacadiana.org. Provides a lot of resources there. You can access those 13 webinars that we've done. We've got access to those webinars. We had over 1,700 people that participated in those webinars live, and we've had about 5,000 people that have viewed those webinars since we've had them archived. So there's some good information in those webinars that can be helpful to businesses as they're trying to get through this crisis that we're in now. And right now, if we can just do what we need to do, as distasteful as it may be, follow the guidelines. I mean, the way I look at it, I hate wearing a mask, and I hate it. But if it's what it takes for us to get businesses back open and to keep people employed and keep our economy going, it's a small price to pay. And I want us to do it before the government tells us to do it.
Absolutely. Well, Troy, thank you so much for your time, man. It's awesome to see all the good things that you're doing out for the community. We really appreciate it. So as always, if you guys have questions, follow on the links below, the website below, Facebook, Insta. For Lafayette Lifestyle, I'm Robbie Bro. We'll see you next time.